Let me ask you something. How many serious relationships do you think the average person has before they find the one? 2, 3? The answer might surprise you. Today, we're diving deep into the signs that a woman has had multiple partners. Understanding the signs and signals people send can feel like trying to decipher a foreign language sometimes. But the more you understand about relationships, the better equipped you are to navigate them. There's a lot of baggage and misconceptions surrounding the idea of someone, particularly a woman, having had multiple partners. We're going to talk about the cues, the reasons, and what it all really means. One of the biggest signs that someone is comfortable with their relationship history, especially if it includes multiple partners, is their willingness to talk about it. I'm talking about a woman who, when the topic of past relationships comes up naturally, doesn't shy away from it. She's open and honest about her experiences, good and bad. Someone who's had multiple partners often has a broader perspective on relationships. They've learned from their past experiences, both the successes and the failures. They're not afraid to talk about those experiences because they've grown from them. They've taken the time to understand what went wrong, what went right, and what they want in a future partner. How you react to this openness speaks volumes about you. If you meet her openness with judgment or insecurity, that's a red flag for you. A mature, confident individual understands that everyone has a past. Instead of judging her for her past, listen with an open mind and heart. You might be surprised by what you learn, not just about her, but about yourself as well. If she's comfortable sharing her past with you, it's a sign that she trusts you. Just because a woman has a lot of male friends does not automatically mean she's had multiple partners. However, it can be a sign that she's comfortable and confident around men, which could stem from having more experience in relationships. This exposure can make you more socially adept, more understanding, and more comfortable in a variety of social situations, including those involving the opposite sex. Some people might see a woman with a lot of male friends and immediately jump to conclusions, but that's a narrow-minded way of looking at things. It's important to remember that men and women can be friends without any romantic or sexual undertones. If you're the jealous type, this is something you need to work on within yourself. Instead of seeing her male friends as a threat, try to get to know them. Remember, a healthy relationship is built on trust and mutual respect. Let her have her friends, both male and female, and focus on building a strong and fulfilling connection with her. Let's talk about intimacy. It's a natural part of any romantic relationship, and for some, it's an important one. Now, it's natural to assume that someone who's had multiple partners might be more experienced in the bedroom, and you know what? They probably are. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Experience can bring a certain level of comfort and confidence to the bedroom. It can mean she's more in tune with her body, more aware of what she likes and dislikes, and more willing to communicate those needs to her partner. Intimacy is about connection, communication, and pleasure for both partners. If you find yourself with a partner who's more experienced than you, don't let it intimidate you. Instead, use it as an opportunity to learn and grow together. The most important thing in any intimate relationship is mutual respect and understanding. Have you ever noticed that women who have experience in the dating world often have a strong sense of independence? It's like they've built this inner strength and resilience that comes from navigating the ups and downs of relationships. They've learned to rely on themselves, to value their own company, and to create a life they love, with or without a partner. Think about it. Every relationship, especially those that don't work out, teaches you something about yourself. You learn what you're willing to tolerate, what you absolutely won't stand for, and what you need to feel loved and respected. These lessons can be tough, but they're invaluable. Over time, these lessons build upon each other, creating a foundation of self-awareness and self-reliance. This woman has learned to trust her gut, to set healthy boundaries, and to walk away from situations that no longer serve her. She's not afraid to be alone, and she certainly doesn't need a partner to complete her. Now, this doesn't mean she's not interested in a relationship. It just means she's not willing to settle for anything less than what she deserves. Let's talk about commitment, or in this case, the fear of it. Now, it's important to remember that commitment phobia isn't limited to people who've had multiple partners. People avoid commitment for all sorts of reasons. past trauma, fear of intimacy, or maybe they just haven't found the right person yet. But sometimes a reluctance to commit can stem from having been hurt in the past. If you've been in multiple relationships that haven't worked out, it's natural to be a little gun-shy about diving headfirst into something new. You've seen firsthand how easily things can fall apart, and you might be hesitant to put yourself in a position to get hurt again. Now, this doesn't mean she's incapable of love or commitment. It just means she's approaching relationships with a little more caution, a little more trepidation. If you're involved with someone who's hesitant to commit, the worst thing you can do is pressure them. Instead, be patient, understanding, and give them the time and space they need to come to their own conclusions. Show her that commitment isn't something to fear, but something to cherish. We live in a digital age where our lives are increasingly intertwined with social media. It's become a virtual photo album of our experiences, relationships included. So it's not uncommon for someone to have a few exes lurking in their social media history. But if her social media feed looks like a convention of ex-boyfriends, it might be a sign she's had more than a few significant relationships. Now, before you jump to conclusions, remember that social media doesn't always tell the whole story. Just because she's still connected with an ex online doesn't mean she's pining for their return or harboring secret desires to rekindle the flame. Some people are just friends with their exes. However, if you notice a pattern of her constantly commenting on exes' posts, liking their pictures, or engaging in flirty banter, it might be a red flag. Communication is key here. If you're uncomfortable with her social media activity, especially when it comes to exes, talk to her about it. Let's be honest. Some people just seem to have a knack for relationships. They understand the nuances of communication. They know how to navigate conflict, and they seem to effortlessly create a loving and supportive partnership. While some people are naturally gifted in the relationship department, others learn from experience, and often that experience comes from having multiple partners. Think about it. Every relationship, whether it lasts 2 weeks or 2 years, teaches you something. You learn about yourself, about what you value in a partner, and about the dynamics that create a healthy and fulfilling connection. Over time, these lessons add up, creating a wealth of knowledge and insight that can be incredibly valuable in future relationships. A woman who's been in multiple relationships has likely seen it all. She's experienced the highs of falling in love, the lows of heartbreak, and everything in between. This wisdom can manifest itself in various ways. She might be an incredible communicator, able to articulate her needs and listen empathetically to yours. In today's dating landscape, casual dating has become increasingly common. People are taking their time, exploring their options, and refusing to settle for anything less than a truly fulfilling connection. And you know what? That's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with taking your time and figuring out what you want. For some people, casual dating is a way to meet new people, have fun, and enjoy the company of the opposite sex without the pressure of commitment. For others, it's a way to dip their toes back into the dating pool after a long-term relationship or a period of being single. A woman who's comfortable with casual dating is likely independent, confident, and secure in herself. She's not afraid to put herself out there, she's not looking for validation from others, and she's perfectly content with her own company. Now, it's important to remember that casual dating doesn't mean she's not looking for a serious relationship. If you're interested in a woman who's comfortable with casual dating, the key is to be upfront about your own intentions. So, we've covered a lot of ground today, folks. We've talked about the signs that a woman might have had multiple partners, but more importantly, we've talked about the importance of understanding, respect, and open communication in any relationship. Remember, judging someone based on their past relationships is never fair or accurate. Every relationship, every experience shapes us into who we are today. Instead of focusing on the past, focus on the present. Pay attention to how she treats you, how she communicates, and how she makes you feel. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to Love Ham for more relationship advice. Remember, folks, relationships can be tough, but with a little understanding and effort, we can all create healthy, loving, and fulfilling connections. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.